imagery of you falling to your death. Is there anywhere that comes from? Does that represent anything?
The day before he died, Oliver Tree was playing soccer in a Rio de Janeiro neighborhood and posted it to Instagram like it was just another afternoon on tour. No warning, no sign, just a guy in his element, doing what he loved, completely unaware of what Sunday morning had waiting for him. And here's the detail that's going to stay with you long after this video ends. The reason thousands of fans still couldn't bring themselves to believe it even after official authorities confirmed it. Stick with me. That part changes everything about how you understand this story. Welcome back to the channel. We're talking about Oliver Tree. Oliver Tree Nickel, singer, songwriter, and record producer, died at the age of 32. No confirmed by civil authorities in Rio de Janeiro, reported by Deadline, Variety, Rolling Stone, TMZ, and NBC News. This is not a rumor. This is real. Before we get into the full breakdown, the crash, the investigation, the legacy, I want you to do one thing right now. Drop a comment below with a song, a lyric, a memory, anything. Because today this community shows up for an artist who genuinely deserved more time. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell, and let's get into it.
It'd probably be worth more than it is now. People will finally appreciate my stupid fucking videos and my stupid fucking songs. That's when people appreciate you when you're not there anymore.
You can't understand why this loss hits the way it does unless you understand who Oliver Tree actually was. Not just the bowl cut, not just the scooter, not just the TikTok sounds, the full person. Oliver Tree Nickel was born on June 29, 1993 in Santa Cruz, California, and his origin story is unlike almost anyone else in his generation. His parents, named Ethan and Dominica Nickel, worked as acrobats, circus performers, instilling in him a comfort with physical performance and theatricality that would later define his music videos and live shows. That's not a gimmick, that's a foundation. When you watch Oliver Tree do a stunt in a music video, you're watching someone who grew up around people who use their bodies as the performance. It was in him from the beginning. He studied music technology at the California Institute of the Arts, CalArts, one of the most selective and demanding arts conservatories in the country. He wasn't drifting, he was building deliberately from day one. He spent his early career producing dubstep and performing in the San Francisco Bay Area under the artist name Tree, debuting his first EP Demons in 2013 under R&S Records. Years of work before anyone outside the Bay Area knew his name. The turning point came in 2016. A feature on Wethin's When I'm Down put him on the map, leading to a deal with Atlantic Records and the release of Welcome to L.A., his first single under the Oliver Tree name. That track spread rapidly across early TikTok and social media, putting his voice in front of millions. Then came February 2018, and the moment everything locked into place. He released the Alien Boy EP, with the title track becoming a cult hit. The accompanying music videos, which he wrote and co-directed, established his signature blend of comedy, stunt work, and melancholy. His double music video, All That Ex-Alien Boy, which he wrote and directed, amassed over 50 million views and introduced his retro oddball aesthetic to a general audience. Here's what made him different from every other artist chasing virality in that era. He wasn't chasing it, he was building a world. The bowl cut, the oversized vintage gear, the scooter, the deadpan delivery, all of it was intentional, consistent, and completely his own. And it came with a Guinness World Record to match. Oliver Tree set the world record for the largest rideable kick scooter. Not because someone dared him, because that's the kind of artist he was. He found ways to make the absurd feel sincere. Ugly is Beautiful, released July 17, 2020, peaked at number 14 on the Billboard 200 and reached number 1 on the alternative albums chart. In the middle of a global pandemic, no touring, no traditional promotional cycle, just the music, and it went to the top. His 2021 single, Life Goes On, has been used in over 3.7 million TikTok videos. Miss You featured in 1.5 million more. Those aren't just stream counts. Each one of those videos is a separate human being who heard that song and felt something strong enough to build around it. Cowboy Tears arrived in 2022. A country album for people who don't like country, as he described it, followed 18 months later by 2023's Alone in a Crowd. And then, just weeks before his death, he made the boldest move of his career. He left Atlantic Records to release his fourth album, Love You Madly, Hate You Badly, independently through his own imprint, Alien Boy Records. The move gave him full creative and financial control after nearly a decade on a major label. Or he walked away from the structure that built him because he was confident enough in himself to build his own. At 32. On his own terms, mid-world tour. Now keep that in mind as we get to what happened Sunday morning, because there's a specific detail about where he was in this moment of his life that makes it that much harder to process. Quick pause. If you're watching this, hit subscribe if you want more of this. Real breakdowns, full context, real coverage. Now let's get to Rio. Oliver Tree was in Brazil as part of the world's first world tour, which kicked off May 30th in Mexico City. He had just performed a show in Sao Paulo on June 6th. He'd played Buenos Aires on June 4th. He was deep into a full world tour behind his most personally ambitious album yet. The day before the crash, Saturday, June 13th, he posted to Instagram. Me playing soccer in a Rio neighborhood. Happy, present. No indication of anything other than an artist on tour. Living his life, enjoying a city.
Dois, quatro, bro! Yeah!
Sunday morning, June 14th, 2026, approximately 9 a.m. local time. Two helicopters collided over Rio de Janeiro in midair and crashed in the city's western zone. One of the aircraft came down on a car dealership where several electric vehicles were parked, sparking a fire at the site. The crash also produced several fragments that flew towards buildings in the area. Authorities reported material damage to windows, but no additional casualties on the ground. The incident happened in the neighborhood of Recreio dos Bandeirantes in the western area of the city. Civil police confirmed 5 people were inside one of the helicopters, while the second aircraft was carrying only its pilot. And the confirmed victims? Oliver Tree Nickel, Lucas Brito Chavez, Lucas Vignale, Gaspar Prim, Pilot Alexandra Souza, Pilot Charles Marcilac, Dexerto. Among those names, Argentine YouTuber Gaspar Prim Diaz, 23, known by his alias Gaspy, an influencer with almost 3 million YouTube subscribers known for creating viral videos centered on street interviews. Also on board was Brazilian DJ Lucas Froda and filmmaker Lucas Vignale. 6 people across 2 aircraft. None survived. Brazilian aviation authorities immediately launched an investigation. Brazil's Air Force, through CENIPA, was called to the scene to begin collecting data, preserving evidence, and assessing the damage. ANAC, Brazil's National Civil Aviation Agency, also confirmed it was investigating the status of the aircraft and the pilots involved. What investigators are working to establish right now is how 2 helicopters could collide in clear morning skies over a populated zone with no prior distress signal on record. Flight data, local video recordings, and physical wreckage are all being analyzed. No official cause has been released as of this video. Now, here's the part I told you about at the top, the detail that makes this story unlike almost any other celebrity tragedy in recent memory. When news first broke on Sunday, thousands of fans didn't believe it. Not because they were in denial, but because Oliver Tree had trained them not to believe everything he put out. He faked his retirement. He staged elaborate pranks. He blurred the line between performance and reality so deliberately, so consistently, that his audience developed a reflex. Is this real? Or is this another one? He built a significant following on social media, particularly on TikTok, where he had amassed 15.4 million followers. Followers who knew, intimately, that Oliver Tree did not always mean what he said the first time he said it. And so for hours on Sunday morning, comment sections and forums flooded with people begging for confirmation, hoping against hope that this was just the biggest stunt he'd ever pulled. It wasn't. The civil police of Rio de Janeiro confirmed it. International outlets confirmed it. And the grief that followed was enormous, real, and immediate. That is what a decade of genuine connection with an audience looks like. Not just streams, not just followers, people who cared enough to refuse to let go until they had no other choice. So, what does Oliver Tree leave behind? He leaves behind 4 studio albums: Ugly is Beautiful, Cowboy Tears, Alone in a Crowd, and Love You Madly, Hate You Badly. The last of which he released independently on his own terms weeks before his death. He leaves behind a visual language so distinct that other artists were accused of borrowing it throughout his career. He leaves behind music videos he wrote, directed, and starred in himself. He leaves behind a Guinness World Record for the world's largest rideable kick scooter, which is exactly the kind of legacy detail that tells you everything about who this person was. His songs accumulated hundreds of millions of streams, with Life Goes On alone featuring in 3.7 million TikTok videos and Miss You in 1.5 million more. He leaves behind the story of a kid from Santa Cruz whose parents were circus performers, who studied at CalArts, who grinded the Bay Area dubstep scene in total obscurity, who signed to Atlantic, who built one of the most recognizable personal brands in alternative music, and who then walked away from that label at the height of his career to do it completely on his own. He was 32 years old. He was mid-tour. He was on his own label. He was exactly where he always wanted to be. And that Saturday afternoon Instagram video, playing soccer in Rio, completely at ease, completely himself, that's the last image he gave the world. No performance, no stunt, just Oliver Tree in a city he was clearly enjoying, on a tour he clearly believed in. That's the one that stays. Oliver Tree Nickel, born June 29, 1993, died June 14, 2026. 32 years old. If you want to do something meaningful today, I'd go listen to Alien Boy start to finish. Go find the All That X Alien Boy double music video and watch the whole thing. It'll show you exactly who this person was and why he mattered. And drop a comment below. Your favorite song, your first memory of his music, the video that introduced you to him. Whatever it is, this is the space for it. Like this video if you learned something. Subscribe for coverage that takes artists seriously and tells the full story. Share this with anyone who needs to hear it today. Rest easy, Oliver Tree. The music doesn't go anywhere.